So guys, welcome back to day 12 of the Road to 1 Million in Forex Funding series, a series where I'm documenting everything live in front of you guys on YouTube. If you guys didn't watch the last episode, it's a very important episode, go watch it, go watch day 11, but we're in a position live, so I'll show you guys the update.
What's likely to happen now is during London Open, we're going to pull back. You can see the moving averages move down now. And we're going to continue making a lower high and then continue the sell-off. Or we could end up getting stopped out. So I'll trail my stop below these lows so I can lock profit in. That's a way of managing. That's the way I've been taught to manage as well. But yeah, hopefully we get a new lower high formed. Pull back to the 4-hour 50, 1-hour 50, pivot. And then we can either look for another entry for a continuation sell-off, or we can just manage this position based on that.
So guys, we're still pulling back, waiting to see if we get the bearish momentum for continuation. But yeah, we're pulling back to the pivot, 1-hour 50, 4-hour 50. This is where you got to control your emotions, because it's pulling back, it's going against us. We're seeing profit that we had, equity, going against us. So again, we're up 2% at one point. I think maximum we're up 2%. Now we're up 1%. So although it's still not bad and we've locked in break even and we'll probably lock in at about 0.5% profit, it's weird how your emotions can get the better of you sometimes and you can act out of trading the balance, not the strategy. If I was to trade the balance now, then I would probably think, I'm going to take 2k off the table and be 2% up, or I'm going to take 1% off now because I don't, But if I trade my strategy, I have to allow my management plan to play out. So you have to trade your plan. And it can be difficult because that's deciphering between your emotions and logic. Logically, you have to follow your plan because that's what's going to make you profitable and that's what gives you the edge long term. But emotionally, I feel like I want to take 2k off the table now. I feel like I want to take 1k and that way I'm up on the account and I start off with a winning trade. All these talks, so you have to control that. And even I get it. I'm still improving. I'm still progressing. But it's something you have to just ground yourself and center and be like, okay, I'm trading the management plan. Whatever happens, happens. I've got to trade my plan. I've back tested it. I've got the data. That's all I can do. So as you can see, the pullback in play, guys. Guys, I will be looking to add a position to New Zealand dollar Swiss if we reject and get my second entry criteria.
So guys, we could be looking for a second entry on this pair. Let me show you how and why. So we had the first entry yesterday, which you guys would have seen. The second entry criteria model is a break and retest of the 1-hour and 4-hour 50. The 4 hours more better entry because it's usually more confirmed. As you can see, we've double topped, sort of a lower high, lower low. So this trend has changed. So the likelihood of this reversing from here is higher. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but it's higher. As you can see with this first entry, this wasn't confirmed, so it was more risky. But now we broke down, confirmed the new low. We're now pulling back to the pivot, which I like. The daily is nice, and then we'll be looking for the continuation, a breakdown past the pivot like we did yesterday. As you can see, we got to the pivot yesterday, broke down, the entry was here or here. We'll be looking for the same sort of price action for price to stall and break down. One thing I like about this a lot is the risk reward, 3.65 to 1. So it's a good risk reward. If this was a 1 to 1, then you might think, okay, I'm not going to take that. But again, 3.65 risk reward. These two positions could be nice. They could fail. Again, they could completely fail. It's probability, but it is part of my entry. If I wasn't in this position, I would be taking this trade. I would be taking a trade like this, a break and retest of the 1-hour and 4-hour 50.
Look to be rejecting. Again, we've got to wait for the hourly close or a breakdown on the 5-minute, but we're getting some bearish momentum at the pivot. Okay, guys, look like we could be about to break down, so I'm ready to execute if it presents.
Okay, guys, just entered short on this position. You can see upon this breakdown here. You can see I've been explaining exactly all day what I've been looking for, and it's now rejected the area. You can see nice tweezer top, wick rejections. We've got a nice bearish candle. So again, this could still fail. I've moved the stop to this one down to where this stop loss is. So this is locked in about 0.3%, so not much. And then this one's got 1%. So I've effectively got about 0.8% at risk. But I've got the potential reward for like 8%. So yeah, it could fail. We could lose and end up actually losing on this position. But it's a good entry, perfect for my criteria.
Okay, guys, we're selling off slightly from that area. I'll show you now. See, bit of bearish momentum. Will this continue? I'm not sure, but it's looking nice. So it starts to reverse against us, guys. So we could get stopped out. If we get stopped out for 0.8% loss, it's one of those things. Okay, guys, I just want to update you. I just made a huge mistake. Let me explain. Okay, guys, very, very frustrating what's happened. It is my responsibility. I do take full responsibility, but it's very unfortunate. As you guys would have known, when I'm holding trades overnight, you've got to be extremely careful of the spread, especially on a pair like New Zealand dollar Swiss, and I was aware of that. And yesterday, or the day before when I took that first trade and I was holding it overnight, I was aware that the spreads are going to be high. So I moved my stop. As the market was about to close before 10 o'clock, I moved my stop quite far away, not too far, just a little bit above where my stop was placed, because I thought I don't want any issues with the spreads. And that was fine. Market shut, reopened, I didn't get stopped out, nothing like that. Yesterday, it got to about 9:45 and I thought, okay, shall I move my stop a bit further away again, just to prevent it being stopped out with the spreads again? I mean, it was nowhere near my stop loss. I was running in profit, as you guys would have seen. And I thought, okay, we're 22 pips away. I think it was 22 or 25 pips away from my stop. So I thought, we're not that close to my stop. I didn't realize how big the spreads were. And it ended up stopping me out. So it's extremely frustrating because, again, if I lost the trade because of the direction was wrong or it was a poor setup, then again, that's my responsibility. Although it is my responsibility to be aware that when the market shuts and reopens, you've got to be careful of these spreads. And it's happened a couple of times before. If you guys would have seen the previous videos, it's happened a couple of times before. But I didn't expect having a 22, 25 pips away from where the current price was. I didn't expect it to be as large as what it was. So it's a stupid error and a mistake, and now I'm been stopped out of that position. So I think now we're down 1% on the account, which is extremely frustrating because, again, I was in a position where I was having 0.8% risk. I had the first setup with 0.3% locked in, and then I had the second position at 1% risk. So it was about 0.7, 0.8% risk for the potential reward of 8%. So I was setting up this position lovely. Obviously, I've got to hold overnight to allow these more longer term trades to play out. And a stupid error on my behalf, I'll take full responsibility, because next time I'm just going to move the stop far away, like extremely far away, and then bring it back. But I thought there'd be enough room in pips between where the current price was and where my stop was. If I was very close to the stop, like 5 or 10 pips away, then I would definitely move it. But I thought, okay, it was fine yesterday. I think it'll be fine today. And it ended up stopping me out, which is extremely frustrating. But it's one of those things, those mistakes can cost you. And again, that's nothing to do with strategy or entry or management. It's purely down to the spreads. And I messaged FTMO and they said, yeah, it was just high spreads during that period. And I just got wicked out. So I've got to learn from that next time. Like I said, it's happened to me a couple of times before, but that was when I wasn't really too aware of exactly how large that it has to be. And there's been times where I've been like 2-3 pips away and then it stopped me out, or 5 pips away. But being 22 pips up or 22 pips away from the stop, I assumed it would be okay, but it wasn't. And that's that. We're down 1%. It is what it is. We'll come back. I'm not going to let these things affect my decisions moving forward. The setups were nice. We all saw the setups, and we were stopped out because of spreads, not the actual trade. Whether it would have stopped me out anyway, we'll see. We will see today, but it is frustrating. But yeah.
So guys, you can see the account. The reason why this is 1.05% is because of the commissions and swaps. The actual position was, as you would have heard, was about 0.8% risk for 8%. It was a lovely setup of a position if it did play out. But with the spreads and everything, we're down 1%. So it's nothing drastic. It's just frustrating because of the circumstances of how it come about. Still very early into this challenge. Not how we'd want to start, but again, we can take positives from the trade's direction and entry was good. It was just a stupid error on my behalf. This is the account. And yeah, keep you updated if there's any other trades that occur today.
So guys, I'm going to wrap up this video. I appreciate the support. I appreciate everyone liking, commenting, and subscribing. It means a lot. Leave a comment down below. If you think, with New Zealand dollar Swiss is 25, 22, 25 pips spread massive when you're on the close. But let me know. But yeah, I appreciate the support. I'll keep you updated into next week and the weekend if there's any positions. And yeah, it means a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one.